Hey there, welcome to Hobie on YouTube. I got a couple new things in, and one of them is this large size Boker magnetic leather pouch. I've already featured the small size on the channel, but now that I have both of them, I thought I would just compare the two. So they come in two colors. You can see here brown and black. I prefer the brown, but I was not able to get the large in brown at this time. The small is 4 5/8 inches overall and is designed to accommodate knives up to 95 millimeters. That's about 3 3/4 inches. The large, on the other hand, is 5 1/8 inches overall and is designed to accommodate knives up to 105 millimeters, which is about 4 1/8 inches. So between the two, I should be able to carry just about any clipless traditional pocket knife in my collection in this manner. And I think it's just a really good way to do that because, like any leather slip, this is going to protect your knife from dirt and grit in your pocket, as well as scratches and scuffs from keys and other items. But unlike just a regular leather slip, with the magnetic flap over the edge of your pant pocket, it's not going to drop right to the bottom of your pocket and turn sideways and bounce around with everything else. So it's a little more secure in your pocket, and with some knives you can actually fish the knife in and out of the pouch while the pouch remains in your pocket, and so you can kind of carry a knife in a leather pouch in your pocket a lot like you would a sheath on your belt. Alright, the other new thing I have in is this Boker Solingen made traditional American slip joint pattern, a Stockman, or as Boker has often referred to these, premium stock knife. And they've been making these for a very long time, at least back to the early 1900s, maybe the late 1800s. They've made a lot of different models and sizes, both here in the US and in Germany. But since 2008, they only made two. They made this large size at 4 inches, the model 7474, and they made a medium size at 3.5 inches, the model 7568. So you'll notice this knife has a serpentine frame. It has rounded, smooth bolsters. This one comes in smooth white bone, which I think is very pretty, sort of elegant in an understated way. I think it looks really good with that black leather sheath I just showed you. I think they go very well together. Boker gave me a couple of good pieces of bone here. They're very smooth and consistent. They don't have a lot of voids or anything in them. Very, very nice. Reminds me a little bit of like yellowed ivory, old ivory. You know, once upon a time you could get ivory on knives. So here is the Solingen tree shield that you'll only find on knives made entirely in Solingen, Germany. And this is a 2-layer knife, 3 blades. It's your traditional Stockman pattern. So you have a large clip point blade. This one is flat ground. It's in carbon steel. It's Boker's C75 carbon steel. This one carries the reverse frost etch that reads Tree Brand Classic. The tank stamp is H. Boker & Co. Solingen. And again, you'll only find Solingen stamped on the tangs of the knives that are entirely made in Solingen, Germany. Also on this end, there is a sheep's foot blade. And on the other end, a small spay blade. I'm really happy with the fit and finish of this knife. All the edges are ground very evenly and the knife came very sharp. I've had really good luck recently with the quality and control of Boker knives. This knife is just absolutely flush and smooth, tight across the back. It's snappy, has good action. The blades are well centered. There are no gaps. It's just a really nice knife. So just a couple final thoughts. If it seems like I've been featuring a lot of these Boker Solingen-made traditional knives on the channel recently, I have. It's because I'm acquiring a few, because Boker no longer makes them in Solingen. You won't find a 3-bladed Stockman like this. You won't find a 4-bladed Congress knife. You won't find a 2-bladed Trapper. You won't find a Copperhead. You won't find a Canoe, etc. coming out of Solingen, Germany. Now, they still make those knives under their name and the Germany badge, but they're made wholly or in part in China. And they're just a whole different quality of knife and a whole different story, a whole different heritage, and a whole different history. So this is the end of an era, and I'm getting a few while I can, new old stock, or just, before they're gone. It reminds me a little bit of the situation with Queen cutlery a few years ago. Queen went out of business, but for a couple of years you could find Queen and Schatt & Morgan knives in inventory with different retailers at original prices. But then once they all got gone, and now that they're all in the hands of collectors, you have to pay quite a premium to get one. So if you like these type of knives, quality made, traditional American patterns. Really now we're just down to case and GEC. But Boker did a fine job with it. And if you're interested in getting some at some reasonable prices, I would suggest that you go ahead and hurry. Hey, thanks for watching, and have fun collecting.